Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin. Today, we are taking a closer look at one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin. At first glance, this copper coin may seem ordinary. Millions of people have handled similar pennies over the decades without giving them a second thought. Yet among collectors, certain 1963 Lincoln cents have attracted significant attention because of their historical importance, condition rarity, and unique minting characteristics. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos about rare coins, valuable collectibles, and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change. The year 1963 was a memorable period in American history. The United States was experiencing major social, political, and cultural changes. During this time, the U.S. Mint continued producing Lincoln cents for circulation across the nation. These pennies featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. The design itself carries tremendous historical significance. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most respected presidents in American history, and his image has appeared on the 1-cent coin for more than a century. The word liberty appears prominently on the obverse, alongside the date 1963, making this coin instantly recognizable to collectors. One detail that often captures attention is the mint mark. Some 1963 pennies were struck without a mint mark, indicating they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Others display a D-mint mark, showing they were minted in Denver. Understanding this distinction is one of the first steps collectors take when evaluating a coin. Now here is where things become interesting. Most people assume that because billions of pennies were produced, none of them can be valuable. While it is true that many examples remain common, collectors know that rarity is not determined solely by mintage numbers. Condition, color, strike quality, and minting errors can dramatically influence value. When examining a 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin, experts look closely at the surfaces. Is the original red color still present? Are there signs of wear? Is the strike sharp and well defined? Does the coin show any unusual features that could indicate a mint error? A pristine example that has survived decades without significant wear is far more desirable than a heavily circulated coin. Collectors are especially interested in coins that retain their original mint luster and bright copper appearance. Another factor that can increase value is the presence of minting errors. Error coins have always fascinated collectors because they represent unusual moments during the production process. These mistakes can include doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, planchette flaws, and other unique characteristics. When a genuine error coin is discovered, demand can increase rapidly. Collectors are constantly searching through old collections, bankrolls, and inherited coin groups hoping to uncover one of these elusive treasures. Imagine finding a coin that appears ordinary to everyone else, only to discover that it contains a rare minting variety that collectors have been seeking for years. Stories like these continue to fuel excitement within the coin collecting community. The 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin also appeals to collectors because of its connection to a fascinating era of American coinage. These cents were produced before the major composition changes that occurred in later decades. As a result, they represent a classic period in Lincoln cent history that many enthusiasts appreciate. Professional grading services play a major role in determining value. Coins submitted for grading are carefully examined by experts who assign a numerical grade based on preservation and overall quality. The higher the grade, the greater the potential value. Collectors often compete aggressively for coins that receive exceptional grades because such examples are much more difficult to find than many people realize. A coin that appears ordinary at first glance may reveal remarkable qualities when examined under magnification and evaluated by professionals. Because of this, many collectors spend countless hours studying their coins. They use magnifying glasses, digital microscopes, and specialized reference guides to identify subtle characteristics that might otherwise go unnoticed. The excitement comes from the possibility that a hidden rarity could be waiting to be discovered. Perhaps an old family collection contains a coin that has been overlooked for decades. Maybe a forgotten jar of pennies includes a remarkable specimen that escaped notice. These possibilities inspire collectors to continue searching. Beyond monetary value, the 1963 Liberty 1-cent coin offers a direct connection to history. Every scratch, mark, and detail tells a story. These coins circulated through stores, banks, restaurants, and communities across America. They witnessed a changing nation and became part of everyday life for millions of people. Today, collectors preserve these coins not only as investments but also as historical artifacts. Each example serves as a small reminder of the past and provides a tangible link to another era. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about coins among collectors and treasure hunters alike, the 1974 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny that millions of Americans used every day. But what if I told you that some examples of this coin have attracted enormous attention from collectors and could be worth far more than their face value? Many people unknowingly carry old coins in jars, drawers, piggy banks, and collections inherited from family members. Hidden among these coins could be a valuable treasure waiting to be discovered. The 1974 Lincoln cent is one of those coins that continues to generate excitement because certain rare examples have sold for impressive amounts in the collector market. Before we discuss value, let's take a closer look at the history of this fascinating coin. The Lincoln cent has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1909. Designed to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical person. By 1974, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for more than 6 decades and remained one of the most recognizable coins in America. The obverse, or front side, features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln along with the word Liberty and the date 1974. On many examples, there is no mint mark visible. This means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place mint marks on Lincoln cents during that era. The reverse side displays the classic Lincoln Memorial design that was used from 1959 through 2008. This iconic design became familiar to generations of Americans and remains a favorite among collectors. Now comes the exciting question. Why are people searching through their change looking for a 1974 penny with no mint mark? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and mint errors. Most 1974 pennies were produced in enormous numbers. Hundreds of millions entered circulation, making ordinary examples extremely common. However, not every coin left the mint in perfect condition. During the minting process, unusual errors occasionally occurred, creating unique coins that collectors eagerly seek. Some of the most desirable errors include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and other unusual minting mistakes. Because these error coins are much scarcer than regular pennies, collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums to acquire them. Another important factor is condition. Coin collectors use grading systems to evaluate preservation and quality. A penny that spent decades circulating through cash registers, pockets, and vending machines will usually show wear and have relatively little value. On the other hand, a coin preserved in nearly perfect condition may be worth dramatically more. Collectors pay close attention to details such as original luster, sharp strike quality, color, and the absence of scratches or damage. Coins that receive high grades from professional grading services often command the strongest prices in the marketplace. Imagine finding a coin that looks almost brand new despite being more than 50 years old. That kind of preservation immediately attracts collector interest. Now let's talk about value. A typical circulated 1974 no mint mark penny is usually worth only a small premium over face value. In many cases, it may be valued at just a few cents. However, uncirculated examples can be worth significantly more depending on quality. The real excitement begins when collectors discover rare varieties or mint errors. Certain error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Exceptional specimens certified in top condition can attract intense bidding from serious collectors who compete to own the finest known examples. This is why experienced coin hunters carefully examine every old penny they encounter. One unusual detail can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. If you happen to own a 1974 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, there are several things you should inspect closely. First, examine the date and lettering. Look for signs of doubling that may indicate a double die variety. Second, inspect the coin's overall condition. Coins with strong luster and minimal wear generally attract greater interest. Third, check for unusual minting characteristics such as off-center strikes, missing design elements, or other production anomalies. Fourth, avoid cleaning the coin. Many beginners make the mistake of polishing or cleaning old coins. Unfortunately, cleaning often reduces collector value because it alters the original surface. Using a magnifying glass or coin microscope can help reveal details that may not be visible to the naked eye. Many valuable discoveries have been made simply because someone took the time to inspect a coin carefully. Professional grading services can also play an important role. When a potentially valuable coin is authenticated and graded by a respected company, buyers gain confidence in its authenticity and condition. This often increases marketability and can lead to higher selling prices. One reason coin collecting remains so popular is the thrill of discovery. Unlike many hobbies, valuable collectibles can still be found in everyday places. People have discovered collectible coins in pocket change, old family collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. The possibility that a seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a significant amount continues to inspire collectors around the world. Every year, new discoveries remind us that hidden treasures can still be waiting in the most unexpected places. Today, we are taking a closer look at one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the Liberty 1 cent 2003 penny. Some believe that certain rare examples could be worth astonishing amounts of money due to unusual characteristics, minting errors, exceptional preservation, and collector demand. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating story from the world of rare coins. The Lincoln cent has a rich history that stretches back more than a century. First introduced in 1909, it became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, the penny has remained a favorite among collectors for generations. The 2003 Lincoln cent was produced during a time when billions of pennies were being struck every year. Because of this enormous production, most examples are only worth face value. However, experienced collectors know that rarity is not always about low mintage numbers. Sometimes the real value comes from unique errors, exceptional condition, or unusual characteristics that separate one coin from millions of others. When searching through rolls of pennies, collectors pay close attention to details. A tiny variation that may go unnoticed by the average person can dramatically increase a coin's desirability. This is why some collectors spend countless hours examining pennies under magnification, looking for the next hidden treasure. One of the factors that can increase the value of a 2003 Lincoln cent is condition. Coins that have never entered circulation often retain their original mint luster. These brilliant surfaces reflect light beautifully and make the coin appear almost brand new. Professional grading services evaluate coins using strict standards, and the highest grades are often the most valuable. A coin that receives a near-perfect grade can attract tremendous interest from collectors. High-grade examples are far more difficult to find than many people realize. Even tiny marks, scratches, or imperfections can prevent a coin from receiving a top grade. As a result, pristine examples often command impressive premiums. Another reason collectors become excited about certain pennies is the possibility of mint errors. Minting errors occur when something unexpected happens during the production process. These mistakes can create coins that are dramatically different from normal examples. Collectors frequently search for off-center strikes, die cracks, double features, broad strikes, and other unusual characteristics. Because these errors are uncommon, they can generate significant interest in the marketplace. Imagine discovering a coin that somehow escaped the mint with a distinctive error. What appears to be an ordinary penny could suddenly become a highly sought-after collectible. Stories like these are one of the reasons coin collecting remains such an exciting hobby. The 2003 Lincoln cent has become a subject of discussion among collectors because of reports of unusual examples appearing in collections and circulation finds. While most 2003 pennies are common, rare error varieties and exceptional specimens continue to attract attention. Many collectors enjoy the thrill of searching through bankrolls, hoping to uncover a hidden gem. Every roll presents a new opportunity. Every penny has a story. And every discovery has the potential to surprise even the most experienced numismatists. One of the most important lessons in coin collecting is patience. Valuable discoveries rarely happen overnight. Successful collectors understand that knowledge, persistence, and careful examination are often rewarded. If you decide to search for valuable pennies, begin by examining the date, mint mark, overall condition, and any unusual features. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to inspect the coin closely. Compare your findings with trusted reference materials and consult experienced collectors whenever possible. Another factor influencing value is demand. The coin market operates much like any other collectible market. When collectors compete for rare and desirable pieces, prices can rise dramatically. Auctions have shown that exceptional coins often achieve prices far beyond what many people expect. Stories of valuable coins inspire new collectors every year. Some people begin collecting after hearing about a rare penny discovered in circulation. Others inherit collections from family members and become fascinated by the history behind each coin. What makes coin collecting truly special is that anyone can participate. Unlike many hobbies that require expensive equipment or large investments, coin collecting can begin with the change already sitting in your pocket. The next time you receive a handful of pennies, take a moment to look more closely. You might notice an unusual detail, a remarkable condition, or a characteristic that sets one coin apart from the rest. That curiosity is exactly what drives collectors to continue searching. Today's video, we are taking a closer look at the Liberty 1 cent 2017 D coin and the fascinating reports surrounding examples that appear to have no visible mint mark. Could such a coin be an extremely rare mint error? Could it be hiding in circulation right now? And why are collectors paying so much attention to these unusual pennies? Let's find out. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency for generations. Since its introduction in 1909, it has become one of the most widely collected coins in the United States. While most people view pennies as simple pocket change, collectors know that certain dates, varieties, and minting errors can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a prized collectible. The year 2017 was particularly significant in American numismatic history. It marked the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint. To commemorate this milestone, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint began carrying a mint mark for the first time in modern history. Traditionally, Philadelphia cents did not feature a mint mark, but in 2017 they displayed a P. Meanwhile, coins struck at the Denver Mint carried the familiar D mint mark. This means that a genuine 2017 D cent should clearly show the letter D beneath the date on the obverse side of the coin. So why are collectors searching for examples that appear to have no mint mark? The answer lies in the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, countless coins are produced at high speed. Although the system is highly sophisticated, mistakes can occasionally occur. When they do, collectors take notice. Some collectors have reported finding 2017 pennies that appear to be missing their expected mint marks. These discoveries have generated excitement because a missing mint mark can be considered a significant error under the right circumstances. A coin that should have a mint mark but does not display one immediately raises questions. Was the mint mark struck weakly? Did a grease-filled die prevent the mark from appearing? Could it be a genuine mint error that escaped quality control? These are the types of mysteries that make coin collecting so exciting. When evaluating a coin like this, experts examine several important details. First, they inspect the area where the mint mark should be located. A true error coin often displays specific characteristics that distinguish it from ordinary wear and damage. Second, they study the coin under magnification. Sometimes dirt, wear, or damage can make a mint mark difficult to see. Other times, the mark may be partially visible, indicating a weak strike rather than a true missing mint mark. Third, professional graders evaluate the overall condition of the coin. Condition is one of the biggest factors affecting value. Coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition typically command the highest prices. Collectors often use grading terms such as mint state 65, mint state 67, or even higher. The closer a coin is to perfection, the more desirable it becomes. Now let's talk about value. Most 2017 Lincoln cents are worth only face value. Even uncirculated examples usually sell for modest amounts. However, the story changes dramatically when a coin displays a rare and verified mint error. Error collectors are constantly searching for unusual pieces. Coins featuring off-center strikes, double strikes, missing design elements, die cracks, and other unusual characteristics can attract significant attention. If a verified 2017 D cent were discovered with an extraordinary minting anomaly, collectors would likely compete aggressively to acquire it. This is where stories of astonishing values begin to emerge. Online forums, social media posts, and collector discussions frequently feature claims about pennies worth thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even more. While many of these reports are exaggerated, the excitement surrounding rare error coins continues to inspire collectors to examine every coin they encounter. The possibility of finding an overlooked rarity keeps the hobby alive. Imagine sorting through a jar of pennies collected over many years. Most would appear ordinary at first glance. Then suddenly one coin stands out. The date is 2017. The expected mint mark seems absent. The coin appears unusually sharp and well preserved. At that moment, what was once ordinary pocket change becomes a fascinating mystery. This is precisely the thrill that drives collectors. Before assuming a coin is valuable, however, Experts recommend a careful verification process. Start by comparing the coin with known examples. Use a magnifying glass or digital microscope. Look for signs of wear, damage, or alteration. Consult reputable coin references. And if the coin appears genuinely unusual, consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication. Authentication is crucial because extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Professional grading companies use advanced examination techniques to determine whether a coin represents a genuine mint error, post-mint damage, or a normal variation. A certified error coin carries significantly more credibility in the marketplace. Collectors and investors alike place tremendous importance on professional verification. The modern coin market has become increasingly sophisticated. Online auctions connect buyers and sellers from around the world, creating opportunities for rare coins to achieve remarkable prices. When a truly unique coin enters the market, competition can become intense. Collectors often pursue pieces that complete sets, represent historical milestones, or showcase dramatic minting mistakes. The combination of rarity, demand, condition, and authentication determines a coin's ultimate value. That is why even a small penny can generate enormous excitement. For many enthusiasts, the search itself is just as rewarding as the discovery. Every roll of coins presents a possibility. Every handful of change offers a chance. Every collection may contain hidden treasures waiting to be identified. The story of the 2017 D. Lincoln cent continues to inspire collectors to look more carefully at the coins they handle every day. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner just entering the hobby, this coin serves as a reminder that remarkable discoveries can happen when you pay attention to the details.